Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 201 and today is April 28th, 2023, Friday. Got my coffee and my Scrappy Knitting Queen mug. Peppermint mocha creamer. And this is my YouTube channel where I share all my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today I have 2 finished objects, 1.5, I don't know yet, I haven't decided what I'm doing, and 4 whips. Let's see what else. I have my Knit All the West Knits Cal going on in my Ravelry group. I will have that link down below. It ends May 31st, so we got like a month left. Only rules, knit any Stephen West pattern, and whips are included. So yes, I have a chatter thread and an FO thread over there, so go ahead and enter. And I'm going to draw, it's going to be pattern prizes for both threads. I haven't decided. I might do 1 for the chatter and like maybe 4 or 5 from the FO thread. Something like that. I haven't decided. So yes, go ahead and head over there and put in your finished objects and whips. Works in progress, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Last week I had a giveaway for my 200th episode. Oh, I can't talk today. And I drew the winners. Now I'm not going to pronounce all these because I think I probably could. So I'm going to have a sticky note up here. I'm going to flash it here in a second. Pause it and see if you are the winner, and then I'll have you contact me with your Ravelry name and your pattern of your choice up to, we'll do $9 US. I don't know, 9 or 10. And yes, I will also have my email and Ravelry down below, so you can contact me if you want to email me instead. Also, all of the links, all my show notes will be down there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I know you're all dying in suspense. You're like, am I the winner? Stop talking, show me the sticky note. I will have all the show notes right down there. Links to where you can find me, my email, knitalltheyarnpodcast@gmail.com. Links to all my projects, yarns, reading and watching, all that stuff right down there. Okay, are you ready? Ready, okay. I'm assuming Christy Knits and Sews, Karen Marie, and Lucy, I don't know if that's E silent, is it wait? Like wait? Or is it, that's the one I'm not sure about. But I decided to do 3 because I like groups of 3. So please contact me either on Ravelry, I'm 72 Stitches over there, or email me. I will have all that information down below. Let me know what pattern you want and I will send it out ASAP. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put the sticky note down. I'll show it again later at the end of the episode if I forget, or if I remember. Alright, I think that's all of the admin-y stuff. I talked about my Cal, giveaway winners, episode number, date, did I say 201? I don't know if I did. This is episode 201. I know I said the date. Okay. So let's, first I'll show you what I'm wearing. This is my Procrastinating t-shirt, long sleeve shirt from Nitty Natty. I will also link that down below. And I am wearing my very first Stephen West shawl. This is it. This is the one that started it all. And then I was like, that's it, I'm hooked. And that was it. So this is the Vertices Unite by Stephen West. And I did this all, well, except for the iCard border. I did it all in Knitpicks Felici. So like this section, you had to hold 2 different colors together. And I think this one, let's hold that a little better. This way I had to hold 2 colors. So if it said I had to hold 2 colors, I did. And then if it didn't, I didn't. Like this section, you just hold 1, but I ran out, so I kind of did 3 colors. I love this thing. I'm showing you. Nope, this is not the back. And for the I-cord, I decided to do the stripy I-cord. Also, I think it was the first time I did that too. Yeah. So I did Knitpicks Stroll, black and white. Oh, my favorite. Love it. So that is what I'm wearing. Oh, and getting tangled in. All right, now we can get on with the program here. All right, finish object number 1. Hopefully we won't have an interrupting phone call today. But if it happens, I guess. My husband's like, why don't you unplug the phone? It's like, I don't know how to unplug the phone. And if I did, what happens if I plug it back in? Are we going to lose all of our settings and we have to start over or something? I don't know. It's not worth it. So here's finish object number 1. Oh my word, hands, work with me. These are from my friend, so they're kind of, her socks are a little bit bigger on my blockers, but this is Freckled Whimsy. I think this was, oh good, I wrote it down. This was Spells and Things, the Spells and Things Club from December 2022. And this is Expecto Patronum. If I had enough monies, I mean, I have enough money, but I really don't need. I would like to sign up for her Spells and Things Club. But I'm already signed up for 2, and 3 seems like a bit much, but oh. My friend Amy sent me this yarn to make her socks with it, and oh, it's beautiful. So I used the mini for the toe and the heels on this one. I knit, and I ended right at the same color as this blue. I think I did like maybe 1 or 2 rows. And then it was time for the toe. I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm doing the mini in the blue. It just worked out perfect. I did 64 stitches, US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter, 15 rows of 2x2 rib. Yeah, that's it. 64 stitches. Oh, it's beautiful. I do an afterthought heel. Cut in afterthought heel. I don't know, is it afterthought or is it forethought? Because I kind of know where I'm putting it, but I cut it in. It's the only heel. I've tried this heel when I first made socks and it fits. So I've not decided to try anything else because this fits. Okay, and I'm going to need a sock blocker for this. I don't know if I'm calling this a finished object or not. I haven't decided. What do you think I should do? Should I wait till I have two of them and then call them a finished object? This is my Advent socks that I talked about last week. I'm using Dragon Hoard yarns and Yarn Cafe Creations Harry Potter Advent from last year, 2022. I am making 1 sock out of each mini using a contrast color for heels, toes, and cuffs. And I finished my first sock. I love it. Okay, so I don't know if I should wait until I have 2, count them as a finished pair, and then add my grams as a finished pair. Or just weigh them and add them. I don't know, I don't know what I should do yet. So I was right there last week. I did not have the heel on, so I had like 20-ish rows in. And then I finished it. It's a little plant. That's from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. That's not a Harry Potter one, but it's like, I just bought those recently. I need to use them. It's a little plant, so I will take that off and put that in my other bag. So, yep, I have one sock done. The heels, toes, and cuffs are in Knitpicks Stroll of Heather. This is day 1 of the advent. I think it was Cornelius Fudge. I don't know. I'm not going to be too particular about naming each colorway because these were an advent and I don't think they dyed them anymore. But look how it pooled. Love it. I also like with variegated or speckled yarns, like if it's ready for the toe, it's ready for the toe. I don't have to worry about trying to match stripes, and when I put my heel in, it's like, well, I want to do one more stripe because I want them in between. I do have a story about this. So I mentioned last week that I'm like, I really want to still have enough yarn for my Cozy Memories blanket. I had it a 20 gram mini. I think it was 20 grams. I did not weigh it before I started my sock. So I'm assuming it was 20, but I don't know yet. Or I don't know if it was. Sometimes they're a little over, sometimes they're a little under. But so I knit until I had like 5 grams left, and I'm like, I had enough. I'm like, well, if I start now, I will have enough to do the toe and it will fit. I think I had like 7 rows of leg. And then a viewer, I think, oh shoot, I think it was Samantha. You know who you are. She said, hey, why don't you knit a square first and then you can use every last bit for your sock. I'm like, oh my word, I felt like such an idiot. Why didn't I think of that? So my ball was already attached at this point, and I'm like, shoot, I already did my sock. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. And then light bulb came on. So I had my ball. I'm like, why don't you just unwind it, find the other end, knit your square, cut it, and then you can just keep knitting. So that's what I did. So I worked on a whip from a whip. So it was a little like, I had all my yarn in my lap, and I'm like, all right, I cannot get up until I finish the square, because if I get up, this is gonna be a tangled mess. So that's what I did, and I was able to get, like, as you can see, I think it was like almost an inch after doing that. So it must be only takes me like 3 grams to do a square instead of 5, but I always like to have extra because, you know, I don't like to play yarn chicken. But in this case, I will never have to play yarn chicken because I did 90 rows total for my foot, and I did, I think it was 21 or 22 rows for my leg, and they fit perfect. Oh. So yeah, I don't know. Do I count this as a finished object, or is it just a hoe? Because I'm not going to show this again. Because I'm not going to show, if I finish the second sock, I'm not going to come back to this one. So I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it out and count it as a finished object when I finish the second one. But for purposes of the podcast, you'll just be seeing one sock at a time. Maybe that's how I'm going to do it. This one was Yarn Cafe Creation yarn. They switch between her and her daughter, which is Dragon Hoard Yarns. So yeah, 64 stitches, 2.5 millimeter needle, which is a US 1.5, 12 rows of 2x2 rib, 64 stitches, cut in afterthought heel. So yeah, I was able to get 90 rows and still have extra for my square. So from now on, I'm going to be doing the square first and then doing the sock, so I won't have to do unwinding, because I'm hand winding them. I'm not getting my ball winder out for one mini. It's just easier to hand wind it. All right, that is my finished objects slash hose. Half finished object, which is what a hoe is, if you're curious. I mean, there's other hoes, but you know what I mean. All right, Lisa, let's keep this clean. All right, now we're gonna go on to whips. This is from Amy, Happy Little Yarn. She made me this for her birthday, for my birthday, I think. Christmas. At this point, we've been friends for a long time. Probably going on 3 or 4 years now. And yeah, she's giving me presents. Okay. More Freckled Whimsy. This is another Spells and Things. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. I know it's the Death Curse from Harry Potter. It will be linked down below. I will show it here. This is not something that I can say. And I'm not going to stumble over it. So this was April 2022 colorway. It's beautiful. I really love this one. I think I know why she gave me this. Because Amy knows me. This is her yarn. She bought it. She sent it to me to make her socks with it. Look at those greens. Look at that. Let's do this side. Look. Oh, it's beautiful. So this is doing this magic loop. 64 stitches. I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib. If you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. Chiaogoo red lace. Did I say this needles already? I don't know. I feel like I'm repeating myself. The needles are all the same. Chiaogoo red lace. 2.5mm needles. 32-inch cord. Cuff down. That's how I knit my socks. And I'm at like 70 rows. I think I have to go to... I think I have like 1.5 inches left before it's toe time. I'm gonna put the heel in right where these white markers are, or right in between there, and there is a mini. So the mini is that color right there. So I decided to do, I didn't want this one, I didn't want this next to this, so I decided right in between those, that brown and dark green, it would look perfect. So the leg would be 10, 15, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be on row 16, so 15 rows of leg for these ones. A little bit shorter, but I hope Amy will mind. It'll just look better with this right there. What else? I think I'm just gonna do heels with this, and then the rest of the yarn we can have matching socks. I can do 4 heels in a mini. I cannot do 4 heels and 4 toes in a mini. So we will split this mini up. So we will have matching socks. Oh, look at these. Beautiful. Love it. All right, that is that. Sock whip. We have another sock whip. That's the new cast on this week. The rest are all old whips. You've seen them. Well, wait, no, that's a lie. This is a new cast on too. This is Stitching Plaza, Harry Potter bag. This is where I'm keeping my Advent socks. I did finish the first sock and I did cast on. I was like, do I even show this? But I'm gonna show it because, I mean, it's technically a whip. It's just a very teeny tiny whip. All right, this is day 2. This one is Dragon Hoard Yarns. This is the Yarn Cafe Creations Dragon Hoard Yarn Harry Potter Advent 2022. It's a mouthful. And this one is called Slug Club. Past Lisa was very nice and wrote down the numbers on the tags. Thank you, Past Lisa. So I'm just knitting them in order, just because. And are you excited for my progress? Look, I have a cuff and 1 row. Look at that beautiful sock. I will weave these in later at some point. I weaved in the cuff one, but then I added the 1 row, so I have... There is more ends to weave in when you do heels, toes, and cuffs in contrast, but it's okay. So I already knit my square out of this one, so I'll show it in my blanket here in a bit. But here we go. Ooh, this one's dark and moody. We'll see how this one pulls, if it's gonna, I don't know, it'll be interesting. Chiaogoo red lace, 32-inch cord, 2.5mm needle, 64 stitches, 12 rows of 2x2 rib. And I want to show you how much I had left of the first color. I was like, I don't know, can I get another row out of that? I decided no. So this is what I had left of my first color. Oh, let's see, I think I have my tag in here for my first color. Yep, I do. Cornelius Fudge. So I think after I finish my first 2, I will throw these out so I won't get confused. But I am loving this project. I have been trying to read like 30 minutes and work on these. Ugh, I hit my face. And it's beautiful. I should like be listening to Harry Potter when I'm doing these, but I'm enjoying reading on my Kindle and knitting. So I'm just gonna go with that until I get bored, or until the kids are not in school anymore and I'll have to listen because I can't read. I can listen to a book when kids are around, but I can't read like a physical book when they're around because they're loud and talking. And when they're talking and I'm trying to read words, I can't do it. But yeah, here's what I got. 1 row and the cuff done. So since this is, I weighed this before I did my square. It was 21 grams. I got bonus. I got a bonus. And I did my square. I have 18 grams. So that's 3. Is that 3 grams, right? I don't know, it's too early for math. So I have 18 grams. I wrote down, I think I told you I did 90 rows. So I'm gonna do 90 rows. And if I have any extra, I'll just put it in a scrappy blanket. So I'm going to try to get to 90 rows on each sock, so one's not like longer and shorter than the other. But that's it. I think that's it. And here is my Knitpicks Stroll Dove Heather. So I just put them all in there. Oh, I want to work on these, but I can't. I got to work on those. I want to finish these before Monday. It's Friday. Ooh. Because Desert Vista Dye Work starts on Monday. I will show you that yarn later here. So I'm really going to focus on those socks today, Saturday, and Sunday. My nose is itchy, sorry. Okay, whip number 3. Knit for Brains on Etsy. Oh. All right, I had a red alert situation with this shawl yesterday, but it's all fixed. Ugh. I had to tink back a couple rows. I had to do a decrease where I shouldn't have done a decrease because I didn't want to tink back all the way. It's okay. Yeah, I finished this section or stripe and count my stitches. Oh, 65. Okay, so I scroll on the pattern. I'm like, all right, row, section this. I should have 63. Oh, no. So I counted again. I counted again. I counted again. And it was still 65. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to decrease somewhere. And I'm blaming Better Call Saul. We'll talk about that later. But I was watching that while I was knitting this. So I'm blaming Saul for this oopsie because that's what I'm doing. All right, so this is the Shifting Chevrons by Steven West. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay. So right where my cosmic brownie was. Oop. I was there last week. I finished that green stripe. And then I finished the section. Oh, look, that's so clean. Oh, it's pretty. And then I started section 3. And I got, is it 10 stripes done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I got 11. This was the one I messed up. Can you tell? There is a decrease, 2 decreases in a row when they should be like alternating. But yeah, I figure out that's what I did because I had the same amount of stitches here, same amount of stitches here. So I can just like do a decrease here because then my line would get all jagged. So, whew, man. Okay, so I cannot watch a intense TV show or read while working on this. But we are all good to go. I mean, I even have my pattern out, and it's a 14 row per stripe. I have my row counter out, I have my pattern out, and I'm like, I'm usually pretty good, but I guess I look at the row, and once I get to the center here, it's like, all right, what am I doing? Am I decreasing? Am I not? Am I purling? Am I just knitting? And then I just keep going, because after that it's pretty easy. But, oh, look at this. So actually it goes this way, because there's the top. So there's going to be 7 of these wedge things. So I'm at 2.5-ish. I think I have 10. Do I have 10 strips left after this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, yes. I got 9 for a second. I'm like, that's not right. There's 21 stripes per section. I like starting here because it's like bang, bang, bang. I think I finished like 5 or 6 in one day. And yesterday I got like 4 done. I would have got 5 done, but I had my oopsie and I had to fix it. Oh, look at that. I love it. Okay, let's see if I can go through the colors. I don't know what color is what. Like A, B, C, D. I'm not going to go through that. But we have Pea Pod. Pucker. This is navy. It looks like black, but it is navy. Patina. Dove Heather. Dandelion, Cobblestone Heather. This is all Knitpicks Stroll. And I'm using US Force. And I was like, man, I'm running out of yarn. And I'm only on section 2.5. I'll show you what I got here. Maybe. So here's what I got left. I'm like, that's not gonna be enough. And past Lisa, or current Lisa, whatever you want to call it. This are only 50 grams balls. I still have another 50 of each color. I just didn't wind them up because I was lazy. I got enough. And since they're shifting, like the end colors are going to be different, so I'm going to be using the colors. I won't be using the same amount for each one, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but so each section is going to end with the 7 colors. Oh, that's right. That's A and that's B. So this one's going to end in C. Nope, that's not C. Which one's C? I'm having a moment here, guys. A, B, C. This is C. This one's D. Dandelion is D. So section 3 is going to end in this color. And I still have quite a bit left. But yeah, they're each getting like this one is probably the smallest. Nope, navy is. But yeah, I still have 50 more grams. I just need to chill. So now I'm getting to the point where it's like, oh, I gotta wind yarn. I don't wanna. I know I could work from the ball of the yarn because it's in a skein or a ball. I don't know what you want to call it, but I can work from that. But there's knots in that sometimes, and I would like to know beforehand. So if I wind up the other ones, like with these teeny sections, I might use the smaller balls, and then when I get to the bigger sections, I'll use the bigger balls. Oh my, but look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I was kind of mad at it yesterday, but we're all good. Well, it was my own problem. Or my own fault. Alright, let's move my Cosmic Brownie. This is by Simply Serving. I did change the finding on it because I like these circle ones. I like the circle ones. I know she has like the leverback earring style, but I just like these ones better. Alright, come on, Brownie. There we go. So I would like to finish this section this week, but Desert Vista Dyework socks are coming. So I don't know. So maybe I'll just finish it and not start section 4. I know this thing's taken me longer than I expected it to. I wanted to get it done by May, but I don't know. I'm trying to work on, I got too many projects, that's what it is. But I like having, I'm starting to learn to like to have many whips, because like the shawl, I can't work on that at night. I'll mess it up. I messed it up during the day. And then I got my cozy memories, and I like having a couple socks on the needles. So we're just going for it. That's probably why it's not done yet. All right, that is whip number 3. All right, last whip. I did bring up my, these are my signature needles that I'm using for my Cozy Memories blanket. These are US 2s, 2.75 millimeter. That's the end. I think those are teardrop ends. And these are the midi ones because I use my finger to push, and I don't want to get poked. But there is a, this is the in-between. So there is one that's even blunter than these ones. But, oh, love them. A little pricey, but they are the best with my Cozy Memories. I love it. For all my scrappy blankets, I think I would use those. All right, I have a, oh, here's my stitch counter. Clover. That's what I use for my shawl. All right, here we go. I am weaving my ends in as I go. I promise. Here's my Cozy Memories blanket by Kemper Ray. We are at 280. I just posted it and I forgot already. $84. 284. All right. Let's see. All right. So this was last Friday squares. That was my Woolens and Nosh sprout yarn. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these two. That's a Night Owl Fibers one. I think it's a Harry Potter one. I don't remember though. Okay, I lost count. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday was this one. Woo, look at that bright pink. I thought it looked good with this one. So Monday, then we started a new row. And there's the other Mondays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And here's Thursday. So this is my Harry Potter Advent. So it just worked out that these two are side by side. So there's day 1 and day 2. So that's kind of what it looks knitted up in garter stitch. And so that was Thursday. Yep, that was Thursday. And this is today's, which is this. I didn't get that bright blue in there, but that's okay. So that's today's squares. I have to do Saturdays, or I guess I don't have to. I'm going to be doing Saturday squares today because I'm going to be gone all day tomorrow. And I don't want to take this with me. So I'm going to do Saturday squares today. And yeah, I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So next Saturday, I should have this row done. So you might see it with 2 squares left next week if I do Friday squares before I record. Or you'll see 4 squares left. But let's see, I'm doing 23, or not 23, I'm doing 20 by 20 stitches. I think the pattern says 23 by 23. I'm doing 25 squares this way and 20 rows or squares up for a total of 500. And I'm at what did I say, 284? Oh. So yeah, once I finish this row, it'll be 300. I'll only have 200 to go. Can I do it? Last week I was feeling a little burnt out. This week, not so much. So just gonna go with it. We're gonna do 2 squares a day until it is done. And I think it's gonna be sometime in August. I love it. This is gonna be for my youngest because she wanted one. Because I made one it was for me, and then my oldest daughter said, I want it. And I'm like, okay. And then my youngest is like, where's mine? And I said, okay. I'm making hers a lot faster than I did my first one. This is Twin Mountain Handcrafts, a little coffee pot. My first one took me 4 years to do. This one, if I can finish it, it'll be a year. I started this on August 26th of last year, which was her birthday. So I'm trying to get it done before then. So, I'm trying to put my coffee pot on here for Friday squares. There's Friday squares. All right. And that's all my whips. I'll show you the back real quick. Oh, actually I can show you. I didn't weave in my ends yet for today because I'm not done yet. So I will show you what I'm doing here. Kind of. Okay, so we have the first row that has all these. And of course, now that I want to see them, they are not in my view. So the first row has all the ends. So when I do 4 squares, see this? I weave it in right there. So when I have 4 squares, I weave it in. And since I did my 2 squares, and I usually do, if I do my 2 squares, I weave in when I'm done, and then I move on. I do not let these accumulate. I do my squares, I weave my ends. So I have 4 ends to weave in. It's a lot more manageable if you do that than to wait another week or wait a whole week and then weave it in. Then it's going to take you about an hour. But yeah, there's the back. And that's how I weave my ends. I tie a single knot, and then this color is the square, so I weave it in there. And then this color is this one, so I weave it in there. So I weave in this, the coordinating yarn with its scrap. So that's that. Oh, we're at 40 minutes already. I need to get a move on. What time is it? It's 9:50 or 9:49. All right, so that is my blanket. I'm gonna try to fold this real fast. Kind of, sort of. I'm not done knitting on it, so it doesn't need to be folded all pretty. Oh. All right, let's not lose my needles. Okay. Reading and watching real quick. Reading. I finished Champions. That is the 3rd book in the Legend series. It was good. I liked it. I didn't like love it, but it was good. I gave it 3 stars. So I was reading that on my Kindle. I finished it last night, so I need to pick out a new book. I already picked it out. But I'm not gonna talk about it because I didn't even read it. I just checked it out today. But I do have another book ready for today if I do my reading and knitting today. On Audible, last year I had a couple credits that I haven't used yet. So you can use credits to pre-order books. Did you know that? So I went through and pre-ordered, I don't even remember, like maybe 2 or 3. So they will pop up this year when they are available. I don't even remember what it was, but this was one. And I think I'm like maybe on chapter 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere around there. This book, oh my goodness, you guys. I don't want to like say run out and go get it, but this book is making me laugh so much. It's so good. In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. Now TJ Klune, I tried to read like one of his like past books and it was not for me. It had lots of naughty bits and it just wasn't for me. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna read any of his later books, but he has 3 newer books. They're all the best. I can't remember. Something about a whispering door and the House of the Cerulean Sea. I think those were his previous books. I love both of those, and this one it's right up there. I love it. This is probably going to be, so far, the best book that I've read this year. And I've been in a reading slump, so love it. It is a, I don't want to give too much away. I think it's labeled sci-fi because there's robots in it. But he does really good with character and character building and character personalities and interacting with each other, and I love stuff like that. So if you want something to make you laugh, I would highly suggest this. I told my husband, I'm like, I think I'm gonna buy the Kindle version so he can read it because I want him to read it. And then he will decide if he wants to recommend it to his mother. There are some parts where it's like, I don't know if she likes that kind of stuff. Some of the jokes are crude humor, adult humor. So I don't know if she would like that, but anyway, I am loving it. Every time I listen to it, it makes me laugh every time. I think I've listened to it like 3 days-ish. I think I'm probably a quarter of the way done. Anyway, I'm listening to that on Audible. I love it. I would love to read it like in a book version someday, just because the narrator does voices for each of the characters and he does a really good job. So I would recommend the Audible version or the audiobook version, but if you don't like that, you can read it. It's probably the same. Legs falling asleep. Okay, watching. We're going through this real fast. We finished Mandalorian Season 3. Oh, there were some side quests that I wasn't too happy about because then they just did that and it ended and it didn't come back. Those characters didn't really come back. I'm like, what are you doing, Disney? But other than that, it was good. I liked it. We are watching show notes. My husband and I are watching Willow, the TV series that's on Disney. I don't know if there's going to be a second season, but I'm liking the first one. And I don't know if I've ever seen the Willow the movie. I'm hoping we'll get a chance to watch it before we cancel Disney. I'm sad. I'm sad, you guys. I don't even know what we're going to get. So we need to sit down and think about this. And I have to watch Hamilton. I think we have it for one more week. So I have to watch Hamilton one more time. And I would like to watch the Willow movie. I finished Better Call Saul. Oh, that was so good. Now, I don't think it was better than Breaking Bad, but it was up there. I liked it a lot. Loved it. So I finished that. Disney movies, cartoon movies that I watched this week. Lilo and Stitch, The Incredibles, and Bolt. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do this week. If I'm going to watch any, or I probably will. I have to watch Hamilton at least one more time. I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but maybe I'll watch a couple more, and then we'll figure it out. Not sure what I don't even know what we're gonna watch yet. So I'll probably go back to Supernatural now that I'm done with Better Call Saul. So that's it for reading and watching. Oh, 46 minutes. Oh, I don't really think I have anything for life stuff. The weather's been cooler. I think it was like 63 yesterday. Yeah, I don't really, oh, yes I do. I don't have any life stuff, but I forgot. I was going to show you my Desert Rista dye works. I have it picked out and caked up already. This is for May. Zam Eeyore. I figure since I did Rabbit last month, I will do Eeyore. And my ball winder was kind of cranky, so I had to split it in two. And actually, I think these are going to match. I think they are. I think they're gonna match this time, but that's just out of sheer luck. So here it is, Zam Eeyore. So I will be casting these on Monday, which is when you're seeing this. Okay, I really don't have anything else. I don't have any live stuff. I'm gonna try to finish those Freckled Whimsy socks, finish up section 3 of my shawl, do my squares, maybe finish my Advent sock. I don't know, probably not. Maybe finish my DVD socks. I don't know. If I start on Monday, I could have done by Friday. We will see. All right, I'm gonna end it here. Yay, we didn't get an interrupting phone call today. I hope you're all doing well. If you are one of these people, please contact me on Ravelry or my email, which is linked down below. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, put them right down there in the comments. I do love reading those. Yeah. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.